Hey, did I tell you?
What?
I got another one of those emails from some woman talking about plural marriage.
Since it seems like Robyn isn't paying him enough attention, Kody Brown is going to try to make her jealous by telling her about all the ladies that write him love letters. You are aware of what males usually do when they wish to remain monogamous. Now, I have so many questions regarding this new clip, one because it's really embarrassing. Robyn appears irritated. Kody's uneasy demeanor makes me question if this is manufactured. Is this authentic? Is there a plot? A touch envious, Robyn remarks about how, are supposed to experience sister wives. This made me laugh because Robyn had a relationship with Kody back in the day after meeting him at church. They later reunited again at a dance, and she avoided all of the sister wives while meeting Mary. Both Janelle and Christine were never experienced by her. She went directly to Kody. So Robyn and Kody's quite uncomfortable. Welcome to TLC Flicks, your ultimate destination for all things reality, drama, and binge-worthy moments. From shocking twists to behind-the-scenes secrets, however. Marriage goes on, and I'm beginning to believe that this is all there is to it. I don't know you guys, and Kody can't handle it. He is no longer the focus of attention. Do any of you think that he's thinking, now that he's with Robyn, I see that she's actually kind of boring? I didn't realize how boring she was, and now I need some additional excitement. Is he ever saying, oh, this is who I'm stuck with? Or is she ever saying, this is who I'm stuck with? These discussions, I believe, are taking place. The way she said, wow. She was clearly quite irritated. You could tell she was just like, oh my gosh. Then she makes this remark about how they shouldn't send it to him since, the sister wives must be consulted. There are no sister wives in this family, by the way, Robyn, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, so Kody got an email, which means that someone sent him a message to a private email address that only Kody and those who know him are aware of. So how did she get in touch with him? My question is who is she? She got his email address from where? Did she need to get in touch with someone to obtain the email address, or how would she know to get in touch with him about it? And is this someone that's from the church that knows them, like Kody Brown's email address isn't public? It's not like a private email address is public, so she must have found the email from someone, received it from someone, or is from this church, right? You could probably do some sort of search to find an email that may have been connected to him in the past. In addition, I wonder why he wouldn't have informed Robyn about this offline if that were the case. Why, for example, wouldn't he have done this instead of performing it for the show? It makes me question, how many ladies are genuinely sending him emails? For example, how frequently does he receive these emails? That being said, I find it difficult to believe the claim, therefore I wonder if Kody has a profile on some website that he isn't telling Robyn about and is simply lying to her about. The way Robyn responded, however, was invaluable. She said, well, you have to go through at least one, as if you had only experienced one Mary before tricking her into thinking you wanted to be a sister wife rather than just the only wife. It's letters now. Since we've learned from watching this show for how many seasons that Kody is an incredible father, Kody receives emails and letters from all of these women, both online and offline, expressing their desire for him to be their husband in multiple marriages. He is a wonderful spouse, but he isn't impulsive, yells and screams, is self-centered and egotistical, and has a temper and anger management issue. Didn't pay for his children, Had a bunch, has 13 kids that he doesn't even talk to, has 3 former wives that he can't. He can hardly even muster to say anything positive about. There are, after all, insane people in the world. Unstable women most likely get in touch with him, believing that this will be fantastic. Fame-seeking women might believe that I want to be with a famous person because I want to appear on a reality show. Alternatively, he might be fabricating the narrative about someone who doesn't exist. But then, you have to get to the reality that there are literally women who reach out to men in prison and get involved in with them, and then the relationships don't work out, and there's ladies that will marry men that are killers, because I don't know why. Therefore, there are those who will engage in such behavior. I simply have no idea why he is here. I do, in fact. I guess I do know his motive. I believe that one of his motivations is to remind us, the audience, that he is attractive. Every woman wants to be with him, and he needs to reaffirm himself and his ego that he is the greatest. You know, Kody needs to remind his wife of his greatness and the desire of other ladies for him. Since Robyn has no interest in him, I suppose this is a way to keep her from feeling uncomfortable but unstable in case she is replaced at any time. These are the kinds of games that narcissists play in order to, continue to be relevant to themselves and give their egos a stroke. It's likely that he played a lot of games to keep her envious. He loves to make them envious, since then he can obtain stuff. But I also have a lot of questions because, listen, if my husband told me that women were reaching out to him, he would think it was fantastic and enjoy the attention. I would probably be furious since it is improper to entertain people outside of your marriage if you're genuinely in a monogamous relationship. You're not allowed to be having close relationships, especially emotional ones. If you've already made up your mind that you won't bring someone else into the family, you shouldn't be considering it. Therefore, it seems to me that the fact that he is entertaining several ladies shows that Kody is incapable of managing monogamy. What one lady gives him is too much for him to bear. He's bored. He has absolutely no idea how to be monogamous. It's quite clear. But thus, it is initially an email and subsequently a letter. He's now erased the letter, so you can't see it. However, News/Kody. You can usually recover deleted messages unless you permanently erase your deleted inbox or box. Some web browsers and emails, like Gmail and various Yahoo, allow you to recover deleted messages after they've been permanently erased, but not always. Therefore, there is no proof that this actually took place. In order for Robyn to corroborate that it happened, there's no name offered, so we don't know her name, although it would be awkward to bring up a name on the show of someone that may be a true person, because then in the real world, you know that the internet sleuths would. He began looking into this woman's identity and then said, well, you're my sweetheart, so I should tell you these things, and I wish I could show it to you. But it's deleted, so I have, questions. You could probably locate it, Kody, if it's actually deleted. Who wants to wager that this narrative is entirely made up to try to make Robyn jealous? I think he frequently becomes very uncomfortable when he stammers like this and has to, be on it, when he's trying to find anything to say. He kind of dances around things, makes up reasons, plays games with his words, and utilizes word salad. I simply believe he is lying about this, and I can always tell when he is lying. To be honest, I think he is lying. I think he's telling lies. I truly believe this is a game for Kody to make Robyn jealous, because Kody's feeling insignificant, and he knows that in the past, that jealousy was how he was able to keep Robyn underneath his thumb. Because at this point in time, the games that the two of them were playing together, they don't work. When they used to argue, Robyn would tell him to go hang out with another wife because she didn't want him here. She would also threaten him with things like, I'm leaving if you don't give me what I want, or I'm leaving if this is what you want. But then he would go hang out with his other wives. However, she is no longer able to do that. It's just she and him. Robyn must therefore play games by avoiding him because it would be too simple if she were too available to him. Kody must strive to make her jealous in order to play games. Because Robyn gives him the attention he desires when she is envious. And if Robyn feels that other women want him, then she's going to be more available to him in the bedroom. Because evidently, Kody doesn't have a sex life anymore. What I'm trying to convey is that a few weeks ago, he was the one who told Robyn that he wanted things more than she did. He was implying that he might have been speaking to some women in the background, and he certainly could have. But I believe this example was created specifically for the presentation. There is no doubt in my mind that he is laying here. Oh my god. Do you ever wonder what kind of lack of self-respect it would take to be on a show like this? You seem so avaricious and eager to make money from being on a show that you're willing to just share your life in this way so that people like me and you can discuss and analyze it. No, I don't. As if my life were so fascinating, I can't fathom letting individuals like a camera crew into my life and filming everything I did. Their lives is so boring that they have to make things up to keep the show going, which is where they are at in the show. However, Kody must also remind everyone that he is a handsome man and that some women are interested in him. I also wanted to mention that I was finding it difficult to focus on this conversation since I kept glancing at the eerie doll that was by Kody in the cabinet. As I was thinking about it, I remembered that my grandmother had these cabinets where she kept dolls and other trinkets when I was growing up. And I always found that strange. Dolls have always frightened me, particularly those with eyes that can move up and down, and I understand that. Some of you guys are doll collectors, therefore I don't want to insult you. I just want to tell you that I believe it's disturbing since I saw too many horror movies as a youngster. And ever since Chucky that doll, Chucky those movies, I've been afraid of dolls, like if they're creepy. I feel like their eyes are actually going to start blinking when I'm not looking, or when I am looking, that the dolls are going to come alive. I find myself thinking, it's unbelievable that people put dolls in cabinets whenever I see dolls like that. For example, do dolls exist? I mean, I am aware that she gathers them. It's difficult to take a 47-year-old woman like Robyn, who is on a reality show collecting dolls and spending a lot of money on them, seriously. At least now she has a house where she can display her dolls, but it's difficult to take this discussion about other women seriously because, let's face it, if you were going to join this family, you would have to join Sister Wives Robyn and her 8,000 dolls. Since Robyn needs more money for dolls, you would be becoming a member of her doll family. Thus, could it be that Robyn intends to spend $60,000 on dolls next year, which is why they are searching for a new wife? I'm not sure. Dude, it's absurd. It's absurd. Dolls make me nervous. Dolls are frightening because tomorrow is Halloween. Please don't hate me if you enjoy dolls. I don't wish to offend you. The messenger should not be shot. However, let me know what you think of this. Do you think it's true? Are you not convinced? Do you believe this to be authentic? And there's more. Does Robyn Brown want the plural wives lifestyle on her terms, or is she done with it? Reports of a faraway admirer wishing to join the nest were not well received by Kody Brown's remaining and final wife, who best responded by criticizing the admirer's strategy. 4 years after their spiritual marriage in 2010, Kody and Robyn Brown were formally married in 2014. Since the other 3 sister wives departed the marriage, she is now his only wife and lives with him. Robyn was informed by the reality star that a willing participant is waiting to join him as his second wife. He claims that this unidentified woman chastised him for only dating one woman and indicated that she would like to join the group if Kody's interest resurfaced. Robyn was underwhelmed, dismissing the admirer's gesture as improper on technical grounds, even though Kody admitted to appreciating the attention. Robyn clarified that in order to get the sister wives' consent and undertake the required preparations, anyone interested in a multiple marriage must first speak with them. Hitting on a guy is generally not appropriate. In an exclusive preview that people were able to acquire, she added, "You have to go through the sister wives, you have to go through, at least one." According to Kody, this individual is only one of many curious women who have bombarded his mail and inbox with identical requests and questions for many marriages. He stated that although he feels compelled to think about this, he is avoiding the craziness of having several spouses. He reassured Robyn that he had immediately erased the letter and had not sent it back. Nevertheless, an irritated Robyn persisted, questioning whether he had initially brought up the case because he desired a different lady. As they embarked on a new chapter in their marriage, the matriarch of the family argued that he had told her about it since he had promised her that he would never withhold anything from her. The two had apparently decided in a prior conversation to concentrate on loving each other exclusively for the time being, until a deserving partner found them. The blast revealed in September that Kody's intense sexual urge was one of the reasons he wanted to reopen his marriage. Robyn called it a pretty flimsy excuse, but Kody said it would also provide him with a way to meet new people. Christine Brown, the TV star's former sister wife, who was the first to leave their several marriages in 2021, supported her wife. Kody's plan was challenged by Christine, who added that she hoped it was just for fun. Christine went on to say that Kody had always made it clear that he preferred to be monogamous with Robyn, so bringing another woman into their marriage would be completely illogical. She advised him to completely abandon the notion and remain with Robyn, whom everyone believes to be his soulmate and ideal match. Following her divorce from Kody, Christine wed David Woolley in a private wedding in Utah in 2023. Regarding his will to see it through to the end with only Robyn by his side, Kody's tone has stayed largely constant. According to a 2023 article in The Blast, Kody acknowledged that he found comfort in being exclusive with Robyn and expressed a desire to further their relationship. "I have no interest in it. I would have to let that woman know that I would always love her more than I love you." When the TLC star was questioned about the prospect of bringing in a new wife, he responded, "Now I know better." Another of his ex-wives, Janelle, seemed to support his story by emphasizing that he was becoming more and more monogamous, and even wagering that Kody and Robyn would live out the remainder of their lives together as a monogamous couple. At this point in their lives, they seem to have found something extremely deep together, and I believe it works. And that's all right, said Janelle, who bet $1,000 on her conviction. The celebrity opened out about the weight that came with realizing that Kody had lost 3 of his spouses in 3 years, even though Robyn may have had the final laugh. She acknowledged that the TV personality had trouble with rejection and was always on her toes, so he doesn't ruin the relationship. Robyn went on to say that the life she had created with Kody since their 2014 marriage was not one of being his sole wife. She talked about how much she missed the connection and family experience she had with her sister spouses. During a confessional last September, Kody praised Robyn for her attempts to mend his shattered heart, ensuring that her efforts were not overlooked. On Sunday's Sister Wives episode, fans will witness Kody Brown receive the chilly reception he so richly deserves from his ex-wives, Meri and Janelle. Kody, Janelle, and Meri get on a Zoom call to talk about the ongoing conflict over their family's Coyote Pass property in the upcoming episode's Sneak Look from Us Weekly. A happy Kody asks his ex-spouses how they are doing before the conversation starts, but his attempt at light talk is met with awkward silence and one-word responses. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? When Kody asks, Janelle and Meri reply, good. The former Mrs. Browns simply shake their heads no when Kody asks Janelle and Meri whether there is anything exciting going on with them, keeping the conversation going. When Kody asks Meri how her bed and breakfast in Parowan, Utah, is going, the father of 18 remarks on the video conversation that it looks different. Meri states, it's the same. Following his cynical attempt to show interest in Meri's cherished puppy, who briefly appears on the Zoom call, Kody turns his attention to Janelle and asks whether she has heard any good jokes lately. No, Janelle responds. The kids I live with don't have any funny jokes. Janelle, who currently lives in North Carolina, is probably talking about her grandchildren from her marriage to Kody's daughter Madison, who lives close by. At the moment, Madison and Kody are not dating. Kody naturally uses the occasion to remind his ex-wives that he also has sensitive kids, but he claims that they tell funny jokes. I'm younger, Janelle jokes. In the clip from Sunday's episode, the failed polygamist says he doesn't understand why his ex-partners, and Meri in particular, are treating him so coldly, despite Kody previously acknowledging in an episode of Sister Wives that he thought about screwing over Janelle and Meri in the Coyote Pass deal but didn't because his only surviving wife, Robyn, wouldn't allow it. In reference to Meri's moving day from the previous season, as well as the awkward stationary bicycle bump and grind he and his first wife experienced in the back of a U-Haul, Kody said, I don't know what happened with Meri, because I remember helping her move to her place in Parowan, Utah, and it was all fun and games and cordial. Kody observes that their relationship has changed since Meri's moving day. He says, I can't even express how strange it's gotten. Regarding Meri, she informs viewers that Kody's friendly behavior, as if their relationship were normal, isn't occurring, particularly after Kody made disparaging remarks about her and her friends. Since then, Meri has established some really hard boundaries between herself and her wild-haired ex-husband, saying, that's not going to fly. Even though Kody Brown no longer has any sister wives, the long-running reality program is still airing, as viewers of TLC are well aware at this point. Meri, Janelle, and Christine have all left the 18-year-old father in recent years. Because of this, Robyn is the only spouse that Kody still has. Will it stay that way, though? People magazine provided a preview of the show's November 2nd episode, in which Kody informs Robyn that he received an email from a woman. She seems to be reprimanding me for choosing to end multiple marriages. Kody describes this seeming stranger as calling me out and then asking, sort of, to get to know us for the purpose of joining the family. Robyn initially had little to say in response to her husband. But soon after, in a confessional, she says to the camera, I think it's completely inappropriate that they would send it to Kody. Making advances on a man is often considered improper. You must experience the sister wives. You must experience at least one. The rules of polygamy are unclear to us. We are aware that a brief excerpt of this exact dialogue between Kody and Robyn was included in the original Sister Wives Season 20 trailer. Later, when it was evident that Kody was willing to bring in a new spouse essentially for the sole purpose of having sex with her, Robyn called her guy a desperate pig. In contrast, Kody acknowledges in another part of this video that he has received a lot of letters come in from potential partners urging him to reconsider multiple marriage. Who doesn't enjoy a little recognition? However, he adds on television, "I don't want to indulge in that craziness." Robyn responds as follows when Kody assures her that she is his sweetheart and will always be honest with her. "I appreciate you telling me. If you hadn't, it probably would have been strange." In 2:14, Robyn and Kody tied the knot. During the season premiere last month, they talked about the possibility of a future plural marriage. Kody mentioned at the time that Robyn was asked by a relative if they were still married in several marriages. Robyn admitted, "I wasn't sure what to say to him. I was unwilling to speak on your behalf. If this still holds a place in my identity, wouldn't I still live it?" According to Robyn, if there was somebody who was really supportive and really wanted to work and really wanted a relationship with me as well as with you, not just you, and then we had a guarantee that it was going to be okay and it was going to be wonderful and it was going to be what I always dreamed it was supposed to be, things would go as planned. Okay. She would then give multiple marriage another serious thought. Neither side seemed very interested in going back to polygamy at the time. "Baby, it's just you and me. Does monogamy work for you? Will you find it effective?" Finally, Kody inquired, and Robyn responded, "That sounds fine. I'm fine, and it sounds fantastic. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.